Possession, yay. Alright, Merchant Guild. That means coin tokens. Okay, coffers, sorry. I don't know what coin tokens are, but it means coffers. There's Haunted Woods, so that's a pin. So that seems pretty relevant. Is there any mid-turn gaining for Sheepdog, Beggar, and Baron? But no, you're not using those, so Sheepdog seems pretty bad. Yeah, so open looks like Silver Bounty Hunter. And then... the thing is, you can try to use the BH Spike to hit possession, like on the turn you play BH on a card for the first time. But I don't think that's enough reason to delay opening Bounty Hunter, mostly because there's nothing else good to open. You could consider opening Sauna. Okay, they will open Sauna. But I think I'll do BH, try to get an Haunted Woods and a Sauna on this shuffle. Yeah, so this turn will be a Haunted Woods. Then it will be a Sauna. And on the turn after I play Haunted Woods, when I guess the duration draw can be helpful when it comes to hitting 6 potion. So the question is, do I want to chance buying potion here, or do I want to add some more payload first? I could add a gold, could add a merchant guild, or just the sauna. A potion does seem too risky. I think I'll take the sauna. Although this would have been a great turn to play the Haunted Woods, so I could have thought about taking a second Haunted Woods, but I guess there is Ox as a village, and Haunted Woods isn't that terminal, so perhaps that would have been better. We'll find out. So what are they thinking about? Obviously, it's a copper versus estate exile situation. I guess I want the woods to be bottom decked. Actually, no, I'm going to be triggering the shuffle the turn afterwards anyway. Because the sauna draws 1 card, the woods draws 3, so I will be drawing another fresh shuffle, and that'll be my chance to hit 6 potion. Oh, let me fix my dimensions. The side is slightly cut off. Guess I should change the size of the window itself, because that actually fixed things in the opposite direction. Okay. So there's the BH. So if I exile copper here, what am I buying? The potion? Yeah, let's do that. But I'm not going to hit 6 potion. That's the problem, because I already exiled my copper in my estate, so I'm really not going to be hitting 6 potion. What is the other option, though? The other option is Advisor. Advisor is good for them when you play possession. Okay. This will be Smithy. Not Advisor, because Advisor has the problem where it sucks. And I really want to hit 6 potion this turn. Okay. Come on. All I gotta see is 2 coppers. Off the Haunted Woods, and then the Smithy play, so it's almost guaranteed. Actually, it is guaranteed, so I will hit 6 potion. Hopefully I can also see the sauna, so I can start getting in some trashes. Possession is nice to be played as Ox on their turns. So I guess that means that, well, it doesn't affect how you build. It means don't don't over terminal, because for them possession is not a terminal. So then if you get a bunch of smithies and a bunch of possessions, they're just gonna have fun drawing your whole deck. But anyways, this should all be about the Haunted Woods pin regardless. You just try to stick a bunch of crap cards on top, make them have really bad turns. That's the goal of the Haunted Woods pin. Meanwhile, you're playing possession a bunch. And let's say on your possession turn, for them, you have to buy a copper, so they top deck all their junk, right? So, okay, you have to buy a copper, but with your Sauna, you can easily trash away that copper. So it's still going to be massively net beneficial for you to do that every turn. You're having your normal turn, and on their turn they can't do anything because they're stuck top decking a bunch of bad cards. But anyways, we'll see what actually ends up happening, because there's, of course, trashing on this board and exiling, so you're getting rid of your green, so it's not like you're just going to be stuck with a bunch of estates on top. Eventually, of course, you will be buying provinces, although with Defiled Shrine, the first province will just be a curse instead, which you can trash. Oh, and there's Bounty Hunter also to exile the provinces, so the Haunted Woods pin doesn't seem as relevant as it can be quite often. You play the Smithy here and just hope you don't draw possession. Okay, unfortunately we got unlucky, but that's okay. So go ahead and be another Haunted Woods. And we'll Ox this Bounty Hunter. And hope that we can draw into the possession. Okay, they reveal the Avantos. Now, Ox is also a village on this board. So it's not like Sana Avanto is the only village going on. So at least there's that. But they are, of course, relevant. We want to clear our top deck. And here, do we just get Advisor? So Advisors are better on their turns, right? And if I'm just getting a dummy to be playing as Ox, I should get Sheepdog? No, I'm just going to get Smithy. Yeah, I guess this is the problem. On my turns, they can Ox the possessions and play the other actions normally, whereas on my turn, I need a certain number of Oxen. But anyways, I will get in the first possession play with a Haunted Woods in play, assuming I draw any action from my Haunted Woods duration, and then I can Ox whatever it is if fails. So I should still be ahead. Oh, and there's Bounty Hunter possessions. So the question is, will they use their silver to trash their Bounty Hunter, or can I just Bounty Hunter away their possession on their turn? They have a Bounty Hunter, yes. So obviously they're going to hit 6 potion here since they're drawing their whole deck. So the question is, are you going to trash your Bounty Hunter? No, they do not. Oh, they do. They do. Oh, they had 3 Sanas in play, so they actually got quite a few trashes there. That's okay. I really want to buy possession here, and they can only Bounty Hunter away 1 possession a turn, and I'm adding the possessions faster than they can get rid of them. And I get a possession Haunted Woods in play here. I need to play that Bounty Hunter as Ox. I can't afford to just not play the Bounty Hunter. Okay, Sauna. They don't have an Avanto, so we're just going to go ahead and Ox this. Play the Smithy. Ox the possession. Don't play the woods. And buy a copper so they top deck all this junk. And no, I don't want to discard the coppers from exile. Okay, I should be in a commanding position now. Of course, it's not perfect. Actually, no, but if I play both my possessions, I can make sure they have no Haunted Woods in play next turn, and I can give them that same horrible top deck. So hopefully that works. The way Defiled Shrine works, it's when you buy a curse, not when you gain a curse, so I have to buy copper there. I can't buy curse. So that's a bit unfortunate. I would like to get the Defiled Shrine VP, but that's okay. There's no rush. They can't possibly afford to take the Defiled Shrine VP because they have to be adding components to their deck to try to combat the Haunted Woods pin situation. Okay. They want to play all their coppers out before buying the curse. That's fair enough. Oh, and even though we still know their hand is 4 coppers, the undo means that their hand is now hidden again, which is kind of funny. Oh, they do want to top deck the 4 coppers. Okay, but like I was saying, I get in a double possession, so it's fine. Okay, so I can't get a double possession and a Haunted Woods here. So that's a bit unfortunate. Yeah, I think I just have to single possession and Haunted Woods. That's more important. So we're going to Ox this. Do we want a Bounty Hunter, a Copper, or do we want to buy an Avanto? We only have 1 Sauna in our deck, so I think for now it's still better to just do this and take the Smithy. Okay. So what do we want them to top deck? Obviously, I guess 3 coppers, Potion Curse is a fine top deck. Yeah. Yes, so top deck all this, and then here we are taking the Sheepdog just to be an Ox, or do we take a Silver so our Saunas can trash more? I think keeping this pin situation is just more important, and this should be pretty much game over here. Like, I don't see how they can come back if I get the Possession Haunted Woods in play every turn. And it looks like I am. Well, I mean, we'll see. Maybe my deck will start falling apart, but I doubt it. Okay, so Ox the Smithy, play the Smithy. Ox the Bounty Hunter, Ox the Smithy, play both possessions and the Haunted Woods, and just... What do we buy then? Another Smithy? I'm confident that we'll draw another action with the Smithy. Our deck has to be action dense enough. Oh no. I guess not. Alright, but it's fine. We're just going to go back to this. Unfortunately, no Sauna in play, so we can't get in a trash. And we just keep taking Possession here, or do we take Avanto? Possession is just better because I can Possession his Ox if I have to. Asana is my top card though, right? I can't scroll up in the log to figure that out, but it should be the top card of my deck. I'll take the Possession. And I have the Woods in play, so my next turn will be good. Alright, here, play Sauna. Draw some junk. Sauna is Ox, Smithy. Possession is Ox. Sheepdog. Sauna. Woods is Ox. Buy Copper. Top deck everything. Yeah. Yep, they resign. We got the Haunted Woods pinned down. GG 1-0 me, my start. Yeah, Haunted Woods is like that. I guess I got lucky to hit 6 potion on the turn I played the Haunted Woods. That was basically my goal deck game, and I managed it. But that is the problem with opening Sauna Silver. Like, you don't hit 5, you don't get the Haunted Woods early, so you're not able to spike possession as easily. So I do think that had to do with play and not just luck. Alright, so Ghost is the village here, and if we want to try to play multiple possessions, but I don't think I'm opening Exo because hitting 5 seems too valuable. Like, Scrap Exo is just such a bad opening for trying to hit any price point whatsoever. So the question is this Silver Scrap or Research Silver? Or it could be Exo Silver, but again, that's not very good at hitting 5. Silver Quarry helps you hit 5, but it doesn't help you hit Vampire. I'm going to go ahead and do Research. Because if you research the estate, obviously you set the cards aside, you draw cards, trash, trigger shuffles, hit 5, all that good stuff. So now the question on this turn is, I'm going to research the estate, obviously. Next turn I'm going to be hitting 5. So the question is this another silver, or do I want to get a scrap? I don't think a scrap makes much sense here, so I'm just going to go ahead and get another silver, and then next turn will be a vampire. Okay, they do go for Quarry, which tells me that they're not going for Vamp first. They're obviously going for Hunting Party and Treasurer first. Black has a funny interaction with possession. You don't really want to be using Black Cat to attack them. Treasure regaining golds is the way you would be doing ghosts on this kingdom. Alright, so if I research this over here, next turn I perfectly draw a deck. I have 4 coppers and another silver in there, so I'll hit 5. I can buy a vampire, vamp game the hunting party, and just rebuy the silver here. Or I can trash the copper here, buy Exo, but then at least 3 bad cards top deck, so I think it's just better to trash and rebuy the silver. Question is, do we want to scrap? And I'm pretty sure I don't want to scrap yet. Like, I want to get the Exo ghost stuff going, get the possession stuff going before I dream about using scrap as plus buy. Yeah, I think it should just be double vamp. And then this will gain a hunting party. Okay, War's going to go ahead and hit their research. They bought the vamp on turn 4. What did they buy on turn 5? They bought a silver. Okay, so they have the vamp in this hand. Do they hit 5 and play the vamp? Yes, they do. That's the power of, what's it called? Quarry. Quarry's a very good card. And I think we'll get the Exo now. Or we could get the potion now. Yeah, let's get the potion now. It's a possession board. You're playing to possession. I don't have a treasure, so I have no other terminals. Hunting Party is good draw. If I get a research set aside, makes me pretty likely to hit 6 potion, so it seems pretty good. And to be using research on your opponent's turns effectively, you really need to have a double possession going on, which means you really want that ghost as a village. But obviously getting the possession is more important than getting the Exo and trying to get ghosts. So we'll do it in that order. Alright, so this will find research or the bat. If the first card it draws is the other one, it'll find both. Okay. Finds the bat. Do I want another silver? Not really, but the silver is research food. And we kind of need to hit 6 potion. That's a pretty big deal. So we will just gain the silver. We can always research it later. We can always treasure it later. We can even Exo it. And this will be another hunting party. Yeah, like here, we're just gonna research away the silver, right? Buy nothing or buy Black Cat. I'm pretty sure this is a buy nothing situation. This seems like hunting party over Exo. Okay, they return diluted, which means they have no hunting parties or treasures in this hand. Okay, they just bat trash, so the diluted didn't do much, it looks like. But that's okay. Can't control what hexes you give out. Okay, we do hit 6 potion. It would have been a disaster had we not. This will always give a clean shuffle, so you might as well play it. Buy the possession. And get our vamp back. So I think our next vamp play will be gaining an exorcist, and our next buy might be of gold or piazza. I kind of forgot piazza as a village just because it's not a very good one. I'm going to trash the coppers here, and then on their turn I'm going to buy some payload. Again, possession is payload, so maybe I'll buy a possession, but it'll be some payload. Okay, interesting situation here. If I play the treasure on their turn, I have to do one of the 3 actions. So I have to give them the key, trash a treasure from their hand, or gain a treasure from the trash, and obviously there are coppers and silvers in the trash. So I'm not going to play the treasure here, although obviously it doesn't matter because their hand is hitting 6 potion whether I play the treasure or not. But just an interesting interaction to note that you have to take one of the options with treasure when you play it. And because the way Hunting Party works, it's not like, oh no, I have 2 possessions, I can't play them both because I don't have a village. No, it doesn't work like that. You just get maybe 3 possessions and then you worry about the whole gold ghost situation. Okay, this will actually draw that other possession, yeah. But that's fine. Just play the possession here. And like I said, I want this vamp to be gaining an exo, and then on their turn I want to buy a gold and then start this whole ghost factory thing. I think I have enough hunting parties. As you can see, I'm drawing deck pretty consistently, and I even drew both possessions that turn. Research is trashing, so every turn I get a little bit more consistent. Okay, but the game keeps telling me, hey, you can buy possession. I'm going to keep on buying possession. Unfortunately, I can't buy Piazza for myself on their turn. Top deck something. It literally doesn't matter because I'm going to be playing the hunting party. Okay, but I think the 4th possession, I need a village over that. So I'm going to buy Piazza on this turn or gold and try to get this whole village thing going. I heard villages are pretty good. But yeah, we're already off to a massive lead. This game, again, I think it's the opening research turned out better just because it cycles and it helped me play my vamps more. Whereas Quarry, obviously it's a great payload card and everything. It's a great payload card, but it doesn't draw you cards, and if you're planning on buying vamp anyway instead of hunting party or treasure, you don't really need the discount. And again, this game we saw, I played the duration card, then the turn after I played the duration card, I hit 6 potion. So that again became a nice situation for duration cards to be useful. All right, really need to be buying Piazza here. Do I research the potion? I'm not going to be buying Piazza here, unfortunately. I think I do research the potion because I don't really need more than 3 possessions. And yes, their treasurer can gain a potion on their turn. When did they play their treasurer? They played their treasurer the previous turn, right? Turn 11, or turn 12. Their turn, not the possession turn. So the problem with putting the potion in the trash is obviously they can regain it with treasure. So what's the other option here? Instead of researching potion, I could research the exo. But I think... Actually, you know what? I'm just going to research this silver. Play possession. Buy nothing. Exo the copper. And now on their turn, I really, really, really want to buy gold. Let's see if I can make that happen. Or, well, envy. They don't have... Actually, they have a couple silvers. But hopefully I can buy gold. Okay, they actually have their treasurer here, so it looks like I will be able to buy gold. Yep, and as you can see with this pop-up, I have to do one of the options. Actually, I'll just gain a silver for myself. It works out fine. And the gold, remember not to buy Piazza because it buys it for them, not you. Yeah, so now the Exo will be turning golds to ghosts. And hopefully one of these days I will buy Piazza on my turn. And with the ghosts, I can play more than one possession per turn. That's the goal. So the last hunting party should go here, and then the Exo situation becomes even more important. I might want to kill the research at this point, because you really don't want to be ghosting the research. So, we'll see about that. Of course, it all depends on draws, but I don't expect the research to be relevant for too long. All right, hunting party should find the gold. It does find the gold. Okay, this buys Piazza. Now the question is, what are these doing? Is the vamp gaining scrap? Or, okay, we gotta resign. Yeah, it was still a tough situation to figure out what I was actually gonna do, but I was obviously way ahead. Okay, wave the otter. So once again, their possessions will be useful on your turn. There's this disgusting card over here. Well, the card is fine, but look at these stupid openings. The 5/4 is like immensely better here than the 6/3. The 6/3 is so bad. If players always had mirrored opening splits, maybe I wouldn't have an issue with Puka, but like, come on. What is this garbage? Like on the 5/4, you can do Spice's hideout, Puka hideout maybe. On the 6/3, I kind of feel like I want to do Hostelry. But Hostelry what? Hostelry storeroom? I guess Hostelry storeroom. Nothing much sounds better. Okay, that sort of signals they also have the 6/3. So Hostelry storeroom or double silver. Hideout is curse trashing. It's quite useful. And with the way of the otter getting the horses in your deck, you just use them as moats instead of horses if you can. Maybe it's wrong, but double silver is just not inspiring at all. And the storeroom is good for sure. Like, you sift away the estates and the curses before you can trash them. And you can try to hit 6 potion a little more aggressively. Okay. Oh. Yeah, okay. That makes more sense. I was like, what the heck? Yeah, so they're doing Hostelry Silver. I feel like Hostelry Storeroom is better. Just cycle more. Once you get your hideout, you play the hideout more. Yeah, like if I draw the storeroom here, I'm just going to be blazing through this shuffle. Okay, they buy a puka. Puka will be trashing your coppers, but it will not be trashing your estates and curses. That will be up to your hideouts. Well, this is silver. Not taking another curse yet until I get the hideout. Then this hand, I have, oh no, I don't have 4 coppers below because of stupid puka, so I have to horse this. I can't otter it. And I don't want to trigger the shuffle because I'm adding a hideout to it, and the hideout's better than the cards in the shuffle. Yeah. Okay, so they got a great draw. They were able to otter the hostelry on turn 3 and not draw anything dead. Okay, now they get the storeroom. So we will have fairly similar decks. Oh. Alright, nice of them to grant this. I mean, obviously they're not hearing my commentary, but you guys know that I meant to take coins the whole time. Yeah, and the hideout also means I can hopefully play more horses as otters instead of horses, so I can keep them around longer. Their draws are working out quite nicely in terms of not having to use up the horses. Anyways, we otter this. Draw 2 coppers. What is 5? Could be puka, could just be spices, then potion, then hope to hit possession. I like that plan. What do I have underneath? I have a horse and a storeroom, so I can use that to trigger the shuffle and then buy like potion guide or something. Or I can buy the potion here and next turn take a big hostelry, right? Yeah, let's do that. Let's take the potion here, then next turn take a big hostelry. Or we can bottom deck our storeroom and our horse. Oh, that's so bad. Stupid puka. Oh, let's take the spices here. 2 coffers help immensely for spiking 6 potion. Yeah, but if we spike a big amount of money, like, we can either take big hostelry or possession, depending on whether we draw the potion or not. So it's quite nice. It's so funny when you look at boards that are good for hostelry, you're like, oh wow, hostelry is so cool here. There's like Way of the Otter, you can do big overpay things with Curse Gold, and you wonder, what would I be doing if this board had Village Green instead? Hostelry isn't bad at all, but it's no Village Green. Also, should add this person, they added me. If people friend me, I don't want my name to like appear at the bottom, you know? Whereas if you're friended, the name appears at the top. But if they're just following you, the name appears at the bottom. And they're like, oh yeah, this person doesn't have me added back. So you always know. Yeah, I don't really have a deep connection with them. Okay. Trash the estate over the copper here, pretty sure. Because I want to otter the storeroom. Is that correct? Do I want to otter the storeroom or do I want to play the storeroom normally? I'm pretty sure I want to otter the storeroom. Let's do it. Okay, otter the hostelry. We don't draw the thing, the potion. You know the thing. So below, what do we have? I haven't trashed any coppers, so I have copper, spices, potion, horse, estate, copper, spices, potion, horse, estate, and a curse? Something like that. I'm just going to buy the second spices for smoothing purposes. I'm not sure if I need to buy it or not. Yeah, like this hand would hit 6 potion easily. Oh, I have a silver. Okay, yeah. Of course I have a silver. Yeah, so I didn't need to buy the spices there, but it's fine. I can do a big overpay for hostelry on some turn. Anyways, once they have possession, you really want to be using your coffers as quickly as you can, because you do not want them getting in a big hostile rebuy. They look quite ahead here just because their turn 3, 4, and 5 draws were just insane. But if they don't hit 6 potion, we can always turn things around. Okay. So they don't hit 6 potion there. We just buy possession. Oh, this turn we miss possession. Oh, my. We have to play the hostel room regularly here. Hopefully we draw the storeroom and we can cycle into the possession. Okay, they trigger the shuffle there. But they have a pretty small hand size, so they're not going to be able to buy anything, but obviously they play possession. Actually, it's not bad for me if they play possession. This hand isn't great at all. Do they even have a second hideout? They don't have a second hideout, so they're ahead on trashing because of the puka, but they're behind on payload because they don't have the spices. They do have the silver. They don't have a second silver, so they actually might have a hard time hitting 6 potion. But obviously the curse gold helps with that. Man, how many curses have been taken? 6 curses have been taken total. 2 of them are in the trash, so there are 4 curses just floating about in our decks. Ooh, unfortunately they run out of actions, so they will just take the coins here. They won't be able to play anything they draw. Okay, get to possession. And don't buy anything because his hand is horrible. What do I want to buy? I want another village. I'll take a lost city and hope they don't draw possession, but there's a pretty good chance they draw possession. I'll buy hostelry, not possession, or not lost city. Oh, it discards from my hand. Oh, I did not think about that. Well, I'm not going to undo that, but I did not think about that. Perhaps I should discard more there, but there's no guarantee that they draw their possession. And plus, it's not like this hand isn't doing much anyway. And like, if they see me discard a lot, they can always choose to just order the possession. But it's very possible I should take 2 horses there instead of just taking 1. Like, that could be a good middle ground. So they bought the Lost City to make me draw a card, but they didn't save me from the dud. Oh, that's funny. So it looks like all the horses will just be played regularly, A, because I don't have too much terminal space, and B, so they can't use them on my turn for themselves. Will they just draw to the end of the shuffle? I mean, of course, I'm barely tracking my own deck. Like, I forgot I had the silver earlier. Okay, they decide to trigger fully. I don't understand why they would do that, because they aren't going to be buying much great here. Are they going to buy Lost City and hope I don't play Possession? I mean, if you look at the number of cards in my deck, that seems like a fairly fine bet. I should have taken a hideout there instead of the hostelry, but I really didn't know how that... I mean, I should have thought about it. Because it doesn't say when you buy this, you may overpay for it. No, it's not that. It's when you gain this, discard any number of stretches from your hand. So it should be discarded from my hand since I'm the one gaining it. Of course, it makes sense now. I just didn't think about it. Oh, that's funny. I draw the card. Because it's gains Lost City. Oh my god, all these fun interactions. Like, who doesn't like this tournament? It's just so much cool stuff going on. Really makes you think. Really rewards players who think about the game in a deeper way instead of just clicking. And I think it's a very skill testing card. And I would encourage more people to play with it, but that's the whole point of this tournament, to get more people to play with it. Okay. This is a bad shuffle to trigger for them since we're putting all these terrible cards in it. So we're going to discard 3. And then discard for coins. Do we want to take another hideout or just a hostelry? I think now I'll just take a hostelry because I want to add a puka also. Oh, and I can do this trick again, where I'm going to discard all of these this time. Okay, and they draw their possession, so it was a good decision. I mean, obviously they have to draw the horses. When they trigger the shuffle, they're just going to play the horses anyway, but it's worth a shot. I think it's correct. So even though the spices gave me coffers, I like panicked and used the coffers before they could possess me, so I wasn't able to hit 6 potion a second time, so this shuffle was a bit of an unfortunate situation because of that. But it's okay. We're like fairly even. They're probably a bit ahead because they had better draws, and it's not like I had the second hideout or anything that would put me ahead. They have less payload, but having payload isn't necessarily a good thing on a possession board because the opponent's playing with your payload more than you are if you're playing 2 possessions a turn. So that's why I want the puka to be able to start getting rid of the coppers, but obviously you need the payload to hit 6 potion in the first place, so that was the point of adding it in my deck, but I look quite a bit behind. Yeah, I would say quite a bit, not just a little bit. Can they even hit 6 potion? Okay, they have another storeroom. Right, we both have 2. So the one thing I can do is I can hide out trash, their possessions, to put it in the discard. So that's always going to be relevant, but because of that, they might not get that many possessions, and then it's hard for me to do something to screw up their consistency. But you know what? I'm going to try. Ah, there goes another horse. And they're going to buy another possession. Great. So I'm getting smoked this game. Okay, I can try to use storeroom to trigger a bad shuffle. Like, I can take 5 junk cards. Or, not like 5, but like, let's say there are 5 cards left in the deck. If I discard 6 junk cards to draw, then I should be giving them a dud on the next turn, right? So that should be my goal, to come back, start giving them duds like that. I'm just playing all these horses normally because A, I want to play the hideout as late as possible to try to find a curse, and B, like I was talking about earlier, when they possess my deck, they're just going to be playing the You're just going to be playing the horses as horses anyways, so there's no point in keeping them around even if I have the terminal space. Will buying a lost city help me give them a dud? So unfortunately they have the possessions in the discard pile, right? They have one possession in the discard pile. But I can always hide out trash that possession if I draw it. The issue is if I don't draw it. So they have 2 storerooms, so this is going to be a bit difficult. But let's try to get it to work. And if we can get it to work, we're right back in the game. And if I don't, I'm just going to have to buy another hostelry on their turn. Actually, sorry. Because I want to trash the copper. Unfortunately, the trash is here, like it puts it in their discard, so Puka's fine, but like the whole hideout trashing possession, the point of that was to put it in the discard pile. Okay, I've never seen this screen before with 3 castles. Okay, that's fixed. But they have plenty of possessions, so I don't count on one hideout just like trashing their possession and hey, I'm hard chilling now. Okay. Here we go. I can do what I wanted to do. Okay, so I play the first one for coins, discard a bunch for coins, then discard 2 for cards. I need to draw their possession first. Hide out, trash the possession. Okay. Storeroom. Discard none for cards. Discard 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for coins. Okay. Then discard 1 for card. And discard the others for coins. Or not the silver, but discard these 2 for coins. Okay. Will this pin work? If this pin can work, obviously I'm right back in the game. We'll see how reliable it is, but obviously I managed to set it up this turn. I don't have the Puka, so I can just go ahead and discard all of these. But am I drawing deck? I don't think I'm drawing deck. And I really want to hit 6 potions. I think I'll discard these 2 here. And then buy us spices. Okay. So they have 3 possessions, but am I putting them in another pin? If I am, I'm very happy with how I played this game, even if there are a few missteps earlier. If you're seeing the big picture situation, that's the more important thing. And I didn't think about this pin as a possibility, but of course it's only as consistent as my deck is. Go ahead and order this. Okay, this one we have to play normally. Yeah, and it's only as consistent as my deck is, that's the issue. And then we have to use the coffers here. So just possession, and then nothing on the other buy. Damn it. Now they're going to have a full turn, play 3 possessions or something, and there goes my pin. I'm not going to resign yet, though. If they can't set up a pin with my deck, And it turns out they have 3 storerooms, I only have 1. So if they can't set up a pin with my deck, it's very possible that I'm able to come back and win this. If I can set up a pin consistently in their deck. And again, if my deck is inconsistent, it's inconsistent for me, but it's inconsistent for them too. I did not think about storeroom being a trap card on this board until now, but now I realize storeroom's a trap card on this board. And there is other plus buy and spices and merchant guild, so maybe I can think about hideout trashing my storeroom. It's just like, look at how much garbage is still in my deck. You know, there's still so much garbage in there, so I need the storeroom to sift through it. But you know what? I have 2 hideouts. My deck will slowly get better. This video you're about to see from MSNBC is amazing. Possible. It's the second turn. Yeah, so they have 1 more after this. So hopefully they like draw out the deck perfectly and I get the shuffle with the possession in it. If they play this hideout, both the curse and the possession will not be in the shuffle. They'll be at the bottom, so I do still have to get through a lot, but if they're playing the turn, that's getting through some of it for me. Curses are almost out now, so obviously the hideouts are getting better at trashing estates. Okay, yeah, so the curse, gold, and the curse are at the bottom. Oh yeah, they ordered the possession. They didn't trash it. So the possession is in here. So as long as I can find the possession, I can still like hope to set up a pin on their deck and still win this. So we are not going to resign. Order this. Yeah, order this. What is trashing of copper doing? Oh, well. Alright. Lost City it is to draw them a card to try to set up the pin. Alright. Hostelry first. Order the hideout. How many villages do they have? They have quite a few. Look at how many hostelries are gone from the supply. And I want as many cards in hand as possible, of course, to set up the... Ugh. Gosh. Very, very unfortunate. I mean, of course, if I knew this was the draw, I would have played the hideout normally, but I bet like the 3 bottom cards are villages or something. So I want all this garbage in the shuffle, so we're going to discard 4. Oh, maybe their deck isn't as clean as I thought it was. Anyways, they're just going to buy a possession here. Man, that 1 pin turn looks so cool, but I have not been able to set it up consistently whatsoever. Oh, and then look at this hand. This hand is so good. But like I said, I'm not going to resign because this can turn around so quickly if I can get a half-decent pin off for a couple turns. We had Wave the Otter and Wave the Oxus match, and both of them were very important on their boards. Hard to say which is better. Of course, it depends entirely on the board. But in possession games, basically always make a difference, except for Wave the Worm. You do not want to be playing their possessions as Wave the Worm. All right. So they didn't find the villages either, so they get a double possession to play off, but not a triple possession. And again, because I only have the 2 storerooms, or sorry, because I only have the 1 storeroom, they can't set up a pin proper on my deck. So again, I keep getting chances. Every time I possess them, I have a chance to set up a pin. But it's obviously super inconsistent, but we saw proof of concept on that turn. Okay, so their first possession turn on me is not great. They don't buy anything. Oh no, they played the storeroom as regularly. They didn't play its way at the otter. Of course they would play it there. I mean, I don't know if they should discard the spices there. Because, like, otherwise what are you drawing to in the deck? Because when you're playing the deck on your own turn, the whole point of your deck is to draw the possessions, is not to draw the payload. But when you're possessing your opponent, the whole point of it is to draw the payload. They don't want to trigger the bad shuffle because they're possessing me one more time after this, but next turn they do want to trigger the bad shuffle if possible. I wonder if they'll play the Cursed Gold here, because then they can play it regularly next turn and not have to gain the curse, but of course they do have to take it 1 curse gain. Okay, they started greening. Okay, I do have a second possession, so this hand is actually not the worst thing in the world. Because it's not like, oh, I drew my 1 possession and now have to get all the way through the deck. I do have more in there in order to try to do whatever dream pin I'm hoping. Okay, we have to order quite a few of these. Okay, there's the other possession, so even if we can't draw Will into the shuffle, that's okay. We're ordering this one, and we draw coppers, so I guess we're stopping here. Question is, what do we buy here? Just 2 hostelries? I don't want to take a province because I want to be playing my possessions more reliably and hopefully pinning them on their turn. So I guess the Lost City is important to try to pin them. And let's take a guide, not a storeroom. Because with the storeroom they can possibly pin us. Okay. Fantastic start. Absolutely fantastic start. Looks like they have a pretty good deck here. Sometimes the deck can be too good for your own good. We're definitely not trashing the possession because we can just order it. Okay, we did manage it again. Discard for cards, none. Discard for coins, estate, estate, province, curse, potion. And then with this storeroom, discard for cards, the cursed gold, discard for coins, all of these. And what do we want here? 2 hostelries to increase our reliability? Yeah, that sounds good. Can't take a Lost City because it means they will draw. And don't want another hideout, I don't think. So I'm just going to take the hostelries. No, I don't want to discard because I'll be discarding into the shuffle. Okay. The pin magic. The pin magic. Will it get us to the finish line? Okay. Water this. Yes, there are villages down there. Fantastic. Is it better to otter this or play it? I think it's better to otter this. Okay, it was better to otter this with that draw. Am I buying just guide here? Obviously, I can't afford any good VP. I would buy province if I could. Storeroom, I think, is actively bad for my deck, and I don't want to take out a curse in possession from the piles because then maybe they can 3-pile. Alright, please give me a good turn with their deck. Ooh. Oh my gosh. I think it's better to discard over not discarding here because we drew bad cards. Also, we can like draw more money. Take the Lost City here or take a Duchy. Duchy won't help at all. If they're going to win, they're going to win. Yeah, somehow their deck is inconsistent. I have no idea how their deck can possibly be inconsistent, but somehow it is. Their deck should be consistent enough for me to, play it and pin them, but then not do anything after that. Okay, and now they're getting rid of their storerooms too. Damn, I really thought I had this. But yeah, they had just an amazing turn 3, turn 4, turn 5. I was way behind after that. I do think I played it slightly better, but like not getting the puka, not getting the second hideout sooner, those were mistakes. Getting the 2 spices didn't turn out well at all. So I'm not going to say I played it well, but I do think I played it slightly better than them, but was just not able to convert. So they probably have a 3-pile on my turns here, but if they go for the 3-pile and miss, then I can easily win. So I'm not sure if they'll end up taking that risk, but they probably should. Yeah, like look at my deck has way too much payload. You have to have a consistent deck. You can't have all this garbage. And in fact, they like almost have the 3-pile this turn. They don't need multiple possession turns on me. But the game's almost over, so there's no need to resign. Okay, in fact, they even have the 3 pal this turn. Yep. Alright. Unfortunate game. I will get the start in the last one, though. But this was a really cool kingdom. Apparently, storeroom ended up being a trap. Oh, speaking of village green. Unfortunately, there's poor house, so remake looks pretty mediocre. I have a 5-2, but there's Baker. No, there's rebuild village green. There's also rebuild salt the earth. Is just straight rebuild salt faster than a possession engine? The problem is, if they possess you and then they play the rebuild, you just get absolutely obliterated, and that is not good at all. And there are good villages. There's good draw to X with Hunting Lodge. Hunting Lodge Village Green is also a combo, so yeah, there's no way this is a possession skip rebuild board. So what do I open? Can't open remake because there's poor house. We can get it later on though, when we have like enough villages. Poor house storyteller is not really a combo, but it's like kind of a thing. But again, I don't think I'm opening remake. So the question is, do I just open Baker Silver? And then like on the next shuffle, Potion and a Village Green? I mean, the 5 isn't going to be Hunting Lodge on the open. It's not going to be Village Green or Minstrel. It's not going to be Remake, so it's just going to be Baker. Baker Silver should be better than Gold Nothing. Yes, you use the coffer, but you get the Baker, so you get the flexibility of the coffers right back. Maybe Potion turn 3/4 is too early, even with Baker. Yeah, like, get a Village Green and another Baker into the deck first, then get like a Storyteller and then the Potion, and then try to get Possession. It's a little too optimistic to buy Potion on this turn. I'll do that Village Green thing, which means that my next 5 will be Hunting Lodge, not Storyteller. Or was it a second Baker? Those are the 2 things I was considering. Let's get the second Baker. All right, here I'm going to quote-unquote turtle the Village Green and buy Potion. Then next turn I will probably buy Hunting Lodge. Don't want to use the coffer, so we'll buy another Village Green here. All right, any draw but Potion is fantastic here. Literally any draw but Potion. I don't want the second silver in the deck because when I get the remake eventually, I'm going to have to take some silvers, and I don't want too many stop cards. So I disagree with the second silver, but of course the way the draws worked out, they didn't have a choice. Minstrel does not seem worth giving up those coffers. This will be Hunting Lodge. This will be turtled. Oh gosh. But I do have the Hunting Lodge, so if I can find the Hunting Lodge, I can get to... Oh my god, how are they trying so well? Alright. Not working out at all. I mean, I don't know what I'm supposed to do about that. Fortunately, they didn't see the Hunting Lodge, so hopefully I can cycle to this possession faster. Okay, they get their own Hunting Lodge. Now we really want to draw the possession, so it's okay if we miss the potion. If it means we draw the possession, unfortunately we don't draw the possession. They can't trigger the shuffle here, so I can afford to keep the coffers around. Let's get Storyteller. Okay. Something goes good for me this game. Well, not good, I'm sorry. Alright. Maybe I'm still doing fine here. Question is, what on earth do you do now? Do you just keep slamming possession? Yeah, I really have absolutely no idea what to buy just besides possessions. Okay. Find the possession, which is good. We discarded the potion, which is good. And we triggered this terrible shuffle, which is great. So we can hope to use Hunting Lodge to pin them. Like every game, let's figure out how can we use possession to pin them. Really fun. Did I want that remake? Not really. I think I just need another village. Let's take Village Green again. Okay, yeah, so they draw an absolutely horrible hand. I mean, it's not a true pin, but like if you want to call it a pseudo pin, you can go ahead and call it a pseudo pin. Philo Stone. Gotta say, Philo Stone is a pretty bad card. Alright, one more Hunting Lodge, and then I think I'll just start salting on my turns. But then, of course, eventually, silver seems worse than nothing. Eventually, I will start adding green proper, not just salting. Okay. Yeah, the way the shuffles work out, if you do manage to play the minstrels after triggering the shuffle's no longer so bad, but it's obviously not great. But this obviously isn't nearly as reliable of a pin as it was on the previous boards where there was a pin. Oh. I wanted to draw a treasure before I played the storyteller, which is why I did this order. Clearly meant to press now. I mean, I have a possession in hand. I'm not going to do it next turn. Again, they can't hear this, but you can. Okay, now. This is better if I draw Hunting Lodge now. So let's go ahead and try this first. Okay, we do not draw Hunting Lodge. Okay, they should have their possession on top. Like I said, there's not much to buy on these turns, right? Basically, it's 5s or salts on 4, nothing on 3. Possession on 6 potion, of course. I mean, if it weren't for Poorhouse, he would be building a much more normal deck here. But Poorhouse just makes a remake so awkward. And then, of course, there's the issue of like remake possession that they don't lose the cards when they remake stuff from your deck. But that doesn't seem that important here because it's not like you want to add golds. I do not agree with that Hunting Lodge discard triggering the shuffle. What are they going to buy on 7? Another Hunting Lodge, a Storyteller. Storyteller it is. So we have 2 possessions, so they have that advantage. I think the Village Greens are better than Minstrels, that's why I went for them. Yeah, see, this is why the Village Greens should be better than Minstrels, because you can do Hunting Lodge garbage. But my main advantage right now is that I have 2 possessions, and they only have 1. Definitely not adding more Bakers. Those are now doing more harm than good. They were just to make sure you're more reliable at hitting 6 potion early on. Fortunately, there's possessions in these shuffles because there's no way that you can play possession as, right? So even if they're triggering a bad shuffle for me, there are still going to be possessions in there because it's not like you can play possession its way of the Ox to get it out of the way and then you're happy to trigger the shuffle. No, there's nothing you can do like that. But yeah, we will continue to limp to the finish line on this board because we have no idea what we're supposed to be doing. Oh my god, how did they have such a horrible hand? Okay, well, their next hand is equally bad, so it's actually a good thing I possessed them. Ooh, Philo Stone gives a lot of money, but not enough to hit 6 potion, unfortunately. Poor Philo Stone. So bad. Like, at this point, I would buy Salt in their position. Let's see what they do. They buy another Storyteller. Okay, this now, then the Possession, then the Hunting Lodge, discard and draw 5. Then this Hunting Lodge, discard and draw 5. This, no. Triggering this bad shuffle. So, but it's not a bad shuffle for them, right? Because the only cards they're looking for in my deck are the treasures. They're not looking for anything else. All right, time to start salting. Because I've made the executive decision that any buy that is not possession should be salt. All right, I possess them twice, so I got to keep that in mind when going for quote-unquote pins. But in this case, it's not pins, it's just bad shuffles. Don't discard. Because again, the only cards we're looking for in their deck are the treasures. Or, It's so laggy when I record that unfortunately I make a lot of misclicks. But remember when I said I wasn't buying anything besides possession and salt? So I can't stop here with just the money in their hand because I want to reach the potion. But yeah, the lag is just way too high when I'm recording, unfortunately, so it means a lot of errors like that. And then you also have to deal with these loading screens. Anyways, we're playing the storyteller here. We're triggering the shuffle without the possession. Although, of course, because we're possessing them twice, that's not as important of a factor. But I do think it's relevant. Oh, it looks like I undid one too many times because the end actions doesn't show up in the undo menu. It isn't counted or something. Whatever. Regardless, we got to the decision point we wanted to. Let's get a storyteller. I've now gone back on my word and I've realized storytellers are really bad if you're trying to buy stuff. They're only good if you're trying to play possession only and do nothing else with the turn. After I found barely any money there, I've now changed my tune on that. Maybe possessing them isn't even that valuable if I don't plan on buying anything but salt, but of course eventually you will start buying regular green cards. Never buying Rebuild though. Rebuild is horrible in these decks. Okay, they're able to hit possession, and now on my turn, what are they going to do? Buy another philo stone? No, they buy village green, okay. Well, play possession, buy nothing. I don't want silvers. Yes, this is better. Don't discard because we want to play the philo stone early before we do any discarding nonsense. Storyteller Philo Stone. What a power combo. Okay. Keep just buying possessions. I'd like to be able to hit 4 on my turns. I don't know why I'm not hitting 4 on my turns. But I am not. So unfortunately, I've not been able to buy salt as many times as I'd like to. But I still think we're at the stage where we're buying possession instead of like buying duchies or something. Because even though we have Hunting Lodge to discard, you don't want to be discarding. Are they going to keep buying nothing with me? Yeah, these are the nice, horrible hands you like to see. Because I have no payload in my deck. Just the 1 silver, and that's it. And I'm not adding more bakers. I can guarantee you that. And again, the whole Hunting Lodge pin doesn't work, because what are you putting in the discard? The possessions. You can't just put estates and coppers. Like, what are they going to do here? They double possess me so they can keep the coffers around and just buy nothing here. But they put a bad top deck. Okay, they're buying estates straight up because obviously they didn't afford... Well, they can't buy salt on my turn, basically. So is this duchy? Okay. I think I'll keep my deck control a little longer, try to keep salting instead of buying duchies. And then, of course, I'll eventually have to transition over. Should I be salting estates instead of provinces? If I'm playing for the long game, I guess so. Unfortunately, because we have to skip remake on this board, you don't trash and your decks are super inconsistent. So even though I have 3 possessions, there are going to be turns I play 0. I guess the Minstrel is better now than the Village Green because it discards the estates and duchy. But like early on, you don't really want to be discarding the treasures because that's what you're trying to play. But Village Green still does its thing. They are drawing deck and just buying estates, so they're ruining their deck. And I'm trying to win the long game by salting. We'll see how it goes. But somehow their deck is being more consistent. The main issue is I can't buy salt when I'm possessing them. So am I just going to start buying green on every turn I possess them when I don't hit possession? Or just every turn period? Yep, this is the problem with playing Storyteller. When you're possessing someone, you're only looking for the payload. And then you draw into hands like this, and you're like, why did I draw? So that's why I still agree with my decision to take that additional storyteller whenever that turn was. They can buy another possession here? Are they going to? Or are they going to try to draw and find more bakers? Okay, so they just draw the minimal amount in order to afford another possession. So now it's 3 possessions each. They have the worst deck because they've added more green cards. But they do have more VP. Alright, Baker. Hunting Lunch first. Storyteller. Possession, Hunting Lodge discard. Possession. Use the coffer. I'm going to continue to buy nothing over estate. Or should I just take the estate? 1 VP is so little. I'm not going to take it to ruin my deck. Of course, that could be a mistake, but you never really know. Alright, I possess them twice, so I can afford to stockpile coffers and hope to hit province. That's the important thing here. Next turn, because I want to buy province next turn and not do anything on this turn. This is a good shuffle to trigger if you look at this hand. Although it means no bakers go in, so maybe it's a mistake, but I'm going to do it anyway. Okay, storyteller here. Okay, I do draw the philo stone. That's actually a decent draw here. Do I take duchy instead of hoping to hit province next turn? Yeah, I triggered like an awful shuffle for them, so I'm just going to go ahead and take duchy here because I might, yeah. I wasn't going to hit province here. We find all 3 of their possessions, which is fantastic because we can just say, no thank you, you don't get this hand. And again, no estate, because I want to have the good deck instead of having hands like this that they're having. Okay, now they're salting. Are they going to salt provinces or estates or duchies? That's the question now. Okay, they're salting provinces because they're ahead on VP, so obviously they want to hasten the end of the game. This will be a now. This will be a duchy. And hey, I'm already caught up in VP. So that's why I made the decision to not green as early as they did, but of course I greened fairly early, like the salts were pretty green. Alright, so more discarding their possessions. So they get off 1 possession play. The other 2 are in that discard somewhere. Will they get to them? Nope. They can't even hit duchy, but they can, of course, just hit salt and salt province. Played 1 possession, 2 are top decked. Yeah, again, now there's this issue where if the possessions are top decked, I can't just say, oh, I'm not going to possess you because your top cards are bad. I have to possess them so they don't play the possession. They only played one possession here, so they can't like stash one of these village greens. They have to draw now. They're going to discard this hand. Are they going to hit duchy? Okay, not quite. The only card that's better than silver and copper in the deck is the second baker. Okay, they do find the second baker, but they still don't hit duchy. Not entirely unexpected. Okay, salt the estate. There won't be a 3 pile. It'll end on provinces. So, no reason to like consider anything regarding that. Yep, they're just drawing really bad hands because they can't play the possessions. All right, 14-12. That's not a big deficit at all because, like, if I just buy one more duchy, I take the lead. Basically, we just want a storyteller the philo stone with their deck because we want to play the philo stone before the treasure phase, so it actually is useful. Oh my gosh. They really rescued that turn with those draws. So they do get 2 possession plays off. Okay, but all that to only hit 5. They take duchy over salt. That's consistent with their game plan. Oh man, this hand is so good and they get to possess it. And they played possession twice. I don't know what I did wrong this game. I mean, it could just be draws, right? I can't just say, oh, I'm losing, therefore I did something wrong. But I'd always like to learn. So, that being the solution, oh, you just got unlucky with your draws, is not one I'm entirely happy to hear if it's correct. And they draw their philo stone to hit province, whereas on my previous turns I couldn't hit province on their deck. I mean, I couldn't even hit duchy. Like, these draws are just not working out whatsoever. Okay. There's still a chance. Do I take Philo Stone over nothing? I still think I don't. Because I don't want payload cards in my deck, because for some reason they've been playing Possessions so reliably, but I'm going to have to Hail Mary here, so I'm going to go for it. Like, surely they're not playing Possession consistently anymore. Okay, I can take Duchy here. Or I can save the coffers to try to province. I think it's better to Duchy because, like, if I find the Philo Stone, I'm provincing regardless. Ah. That is so unfortunate. Well, time to add a gold to my deck, I guess. Just hope it works out. And they draw the possession again. How are they doing it? There's no way they should be drawing their possession so consistently with such a bloated deck. But it's just working. Second possession play. If they play all three possessions, that is just unfair. Yeah, they only have to salt provinces a couple times to win. They probably played possession more times than me this game, despite buying estates way earlier. I don't understand how that's possible. I mean, I guess maybe it is just taking the minstrel over the village green. But I don't think the gap was that big early on. They should salt province here. Yeah, they do salt province. They know what they're doing. So if they salt two provinces in my turns, I can't win. Because there's not enough VP in the supply. So they can just stop here and salt province. Then next turn try to salt province again because they've double possessed me. And I need an absolute miracle now. And there's the Philosopher's Stone, so they can just salt the province. And again, I can't catch up in VP. Even if I get the two remaining provinces, that's 29, not 30. Well, the first 3 games of this series were so fun. And then this one just completely soured my mood because it's a slog. It's taking forever. And somehow their draws are just working perfectly. And I can resign because I literally can't win now. Oh well. Still tied the series. But yeah, remake Poor House. No fun. Yes, I tied Dan for first, so it will just be a random draw to see who wins, unfortunately. But you know what? It's not like I came second in the group. I did tie it, so I should be still happy with my results. It's just my first 2 matches went much better, and then this match was going well, and then this game just... was very unfortunate, but that's okay. But thanks for listening. Have fun.